Watching Gen Z fall in love with Michael Jackson is low-key healing something inside my soul. Like, y'all giving me a piece of my childhood back. A lot of y'all Gen Zers weren't even born when Mike was alive. And yet I feel like Michael Mania is alive again. So let me tell you what it was like, man. I feel like the peak of my childhood and the peak of Mike's career happened at the same time. And there was nothing like it. You don't know what it was like being a kid and watching Moonwalker, bruh. Moonwalker, bro, Mike turned to a car and then he was like playing with the kids and like he was playing soccer with them, and then he shot up the club in Smooth Criminal, and then Joe Pesci was selling drugs and he turned to a giant robot, blew up Joe Pesci, and then sang a Beatles song at the end. Mike was like the best friend you could ever have. When Bad dropped, I was in Compton with my mom's family. Every speaker was blasting it, every barbecue. I mean, it was something. Mike was everywhere. He was ubiquitous. He was like as big as the sky. You couldn't get away from him. And that's why when we say, like, realistically, nobody who's like on top right now compares to Michael Jackson. The first time I saw the Can You Feel It video from the Jacksons on the Victory Tour, them brothers was like creating the universe and had like water and desert scapes, and Tito played his guitar and his sun came out and Mike shot fire out of his back and lifted a rainbow up. I was like, these are the greatest niggas ever. I saw Captain EO in 3D at Disneyland when it was hot. And you gotta understand, 3D movies wasn't like something that was common back then. And when you're a kid, the impressionism is a whole different ballgame. When Dangerous came out, bruh, when Mike dropped Remember the Time with Black Egyptians, Eddie Murphy, Iman, Magic Johnson, it was like, yo, Mike really did this for us. Like, it's for the world, but it was for us. When Black or White came out, we had never seen like that morphine kind of face technology. The hope that Mike brought is what Yoko Ono called high vibrations. Like, dude was like a high vibrational being. So imagine how painful it was to see Mike fall. When the allegations came out, when people was like making jokes about Michael, you know what I'm saying, questioning his sexuality, things like, I pledge allegiance to the flag, Michael Jackson is a... It was like strike the shepherd and the sheep will scatter. Like, folks didn't want to claim Mike, but you still kind of low-key loved him and whatnot. Comedians was cooking him. Chris Rock got him, but man, Cat Williams in his first special back in 06 roasted Mike. It made you low-key kind of want to be like, Mike, yo, stop giving him that. Like, please just be regular for 1 second, you know? For a fan, he got harder and harder to defend. The changing of his nose and the Europeanization of his facial features and wearing a perm when it was no longer like a thing to wear. All the pro-black talk. Like, you got to understand that near the end, Mike was not universally loved. And by the time the This Is It tour was about to come out, he looked like a shadow of his former self. He was tabloids everywhere. And nobody could figure out how to reel him in. And when Mike died, I remember my boy Panama Soweto, he called me, he was like, yo, he told me, and I was on the phone and my head just fell down to the bed. And the Conrad Murray situation started looking fishier and fishier, you know, and all of the stuff started coming out. But I remember the day that Mike died, Jordan Chandler, the kid from the 93 case, just wrote this blog that was like, yo, my dad put me up to it. Mike didn't do a damn thing to me. You know, Corey Feldman defended him. Macaulay Culkin defended him. It was like this thing where now that he's dead, I'm hearing Mike getting bumped at the gas station from people's speakers again, just like I did back in '88. And now you, Gen Z, get to enjoy Mike with the knowledge that he was innocent, with the knowledge that like he was set up, possibly unalived by some forces that we don't know. I remember the phone call that Mike made that they recorded where he was like afraid for his life. And it's just, I'm so glad to see the purity of the elation and the celebration of Mike Jack without all of the shadow over it. So y'all take this, run with it. A part of my childhood is put back together watching Mike get enjoyed vicariously for the first time through y'all. I'm Theo E.J. Wilson, that's my word. Holla back, share this out. Especially if you're a real Mike fan, still invincible.